Generic greetings and welcome back to Prison Architect once again. In the previous episode, someone died, which is pretty much the same thing that happens every episode, so it sort of goes without saying really. Anyway, what we managed to do is fill up the prison. As you can see, we got a lot of the amenities and other stuff all sorted and started putting flooring in. What we need to do over this episode and maybe other ones, I don't really know how long more this series is going to go for, but we need to sort out automatic door openers, put some flooring in, things like that. The problem is the lack of money, because we are not making any money at all. As you can see, we're on minus $3,000 and it's not going to get any better. So I've essentially put money in order to finish this thing off. So that's just sort of deal with it, essentially. There's nothing else I can really do about it. What I need to do is go around and probably finish off. I want to change this staff door here in the corner. It doesn't really do anything. As you can see from our logistics and temperature section, we can see that the entire center bit is pretty much nice and toasty warm. Everywhere else is freezing cold, and there's no way for me to fix it other than alter the weather, which is something I don't really have access to. I don't think there's a weather control device in bureaucracy. No, there's not. Okay, so I think we'll go for maybe small cells, maybe not. I know a lot of people have said, why don't we get small cells and make all of these small cells? Not a good idea, because we do need somewhere to put solitary. Speaking of that, we do need to sort out the one at the bottom. Anyway, let's go to dismantle and dismantle all of this stuff here, because what I want to do is slightly change this room. So we're going to get rid of that, and we will change this so it's one big cell, and it'll be slightly larger than the others for no other reason than we can, really. So we'll go for a large jail door, and we'll put it there, and that one is already in, so that's fine. These ones will also have it like so, and then we'll need to go over to a concrete, and then a concrete wall rather, and then do this, and then that'll sort that right out. So something we also need to bear in mind is the prevalence of gangs. As you can see, what we have in terms of our intelligence and gangs is 2 red members, 2 green members, and 3 blue members. Now, obviously, none of them are set to take over anything, and there's no problems there because there's no lieutenants, and that's because there's no leaders. So we need gang leaders. Now, having them, just waiting for them to turn up is going to be a bit of an issue, and I don't know what we can do about it. Oh, by the way, we did have an issue when it comes to the danger level of staff and things like that, but it was again just a problem with the food trays, but I did fix that, and I fixed it in the same way as I'm going to put in the gang members, and that's with some DevTools stuff. So I just got rid of all food trays, which was useful for me. What I'm also going to do is start to put in some leaders, because, well, that makes things interesting, doesn't it? So we will go over to our intelligence gangs, and we can see that we've got 3 blue gang members as the highest, so we're going to put in a gang leader of blue. So we want to put in add leader and go Bosch, and we should get 1 gang leader. 1 person will have been changed, I believe, to gang leader, and yes, there he is. That is a gang leader. We now have 1. Okay, that's fine. Let's just go over to reports and then all available. Fill capacity. Fill capacity, not all available. And we're going to sort that out. Let me just put a concrete wall in there, and then we need to demolish those there, and hopefully it will do it in that order. So we now have a gang leader, so he's going to start recruiting, he's going to start ordering people around, and also arrange takeovers. Not yet, because they don't have really anywhere they can take over en masse because of the issue with lack of numbers, really, so they'll have to gather up them first. That guy's tough, isn't he? Working around at it's freezing temperature, 0 degrees, and he's doing some weights. To be fair, though, if it's just a light dusting of snow, and he's lifting the heavy thing and putting the heavy thing down again and doing that multiple times, then he probably would want his shirt off. It's probably quite warm. Anyway, where else are we at? We need to go for a I know there's been several people. Why is that set to not staff only? I know there's been a couple of people say about there's no clear room from reception all the way into here, into the main facility. You're right. In order to get the prisoners in, we have to take them through the kitchen. That's just something we have to do. So, I forgot to mention it several times, but yes, that's just a thing. It's not a big problem, it's just how it is, really. Anyway, we'll force open that door for them so they can crack on and build what I want, but now what they've done is, yeah, they've actually removed them walls and not put that one in first, which means if I go over to our deployables, it means that outside is, it's actually still not set as still set as staff only. I thought that wouldn't do it because the wall wasn't there. It is placed, so I'm just going to speed it up. That guy, Bobby Richer Levy, is age 20. What's he in here for? Let's have a quick look at his experience. Found with tools and weapons. Fair enough. We can't bring him into our snitch program. I just don't think that's really going to happen. I don't think there's going to be many people doing that. We still have a couple of to-do list things here, a couple of grants. So build 20 school desks. We're on 85%, so we need a couple more then. Where can I put a couple of school desks? We'd have to put them like right at the front, and that's too much of an issue. I'm not going to bother. We're not going to do the rest anyway, so... and I don't think I'm going to get any money from that, so forget about it. Find 10 illegal narcotics should be quite an easy task. I just go to max speed while they finish off this bit over here. I did say... Oh, not dismantle that. I told them to build it, but they're not doing it. I don't know why. Look at that. They're just walking through doing garbage. Oh, there we go. He's finally come along to do it. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Okay, so we need to make these as... Well, for a start, we'll go over to a solitary door, and then we'll make all this solitary. We might as well get that finished off. And then we will have rooms, and then cell, and then have 1 cell, 2 cell, 3 and 4, like so. And that should open the doors for them. Oh, no, why isn't it opening automatically? Oh, because it's not a legitimate cell, perhaps. Anyway, the beds will go... I guess we will follow the same sort of pattern, although I'm not entirely happy with it because it means that the toilet is as close to the end as you can get it. So it's not ideal, but it's just for sake of symmetry. Anyway, so toilets will go down and along. Actually, no, they won't. They'll just do that. So that's actually fairly easy to plumb it in. We'll plumb it into there and there. And then we will disconnect. I'd like to disconnect those, but I really can't be bothered. And look at that there. Blocked for some reason. Blocked. Why? Failed 1 time, and I don't know why. It's got access to it. Maybe it's just because there's a bit of violence going on. They don't want to do that. You can see there's several deterrents. A lot of staff have serious complaints about the job. If we check over on the food, food is fine. Go over to our regime and... no, sorry, needs and then staff needs. It's food need again. There's food. There's clearly food. It's just not being fixed. I know some people have mentioned this, about me not plumbing anything in and things like that and not connecting up with wires. You don't need to as far as I'm aware, but I might as well do it and we'll see how it goes. The snipers keep everybody under control, which is exactly what we want. Let's just have a quick look back at our gangs and see that... Oh, 6 blue gang members now, is it? That guy's called Luther as well. Fair enough. And... do we make it interesting and just get 1 of each gang member? Oh, it's really... we're going to have to, aren't we? So we want Adelita Green and Adelita Red. And there you go. And we now should have in our intelligence gangs, yes, 3 gang members. Right then. This is going to make things probably heat up a little bit. So they're probably going to sit with the rest of their gangs, are they? No, they're not. No, that's... interesting. I thought they would, but apparently not. But what they are going to do is start recruiting. 7 blue. We already put them on a head start. I want to get 1 bit of a head start before we move on to the rest. 3 red. 3 green. It's still free time at night. I'm going to do a full shakedown tonight. I just think it's going to be worth it. These cells should be now completed. It looks like they are, which is good. No, that one is not, for some reason, because I have not expanded it to the edge, which now I have, and now it's done. So we're going to get 4 prisoners. It's sleep time, so we're going to do a full shakedown and see what we can find. We do need, as a priority, really, to go to utilities, go over to... no, we don't. We'll go over to here and have remote access, because I need remote access around here. It's causing me so many problems and so many delays. If we get it now, we should be okay. In terms of contraband throughout the prison, not really much of a problem. You can see stolen from, there's there's a bit of stuff stolen from here, but that should now be staff only. Yes, it is. So they're not having access to that anymore. Over the last, say, 24 hours, yeah, you can see most of that has been brought in. Yeah, it's all been smuggled in and brought in. And most of it detected anyway. Well, all of this detected, because otherwise we wouldn't know about it, would we? Informants, we've got gang members, we've got some unknown traits, things like that. I was changing all of the gang members to red, like to dark red, so Supermax. But honestly, with the now introduction of several gang members, leaders, sorry, it's going to be so difficult for me to go around and keep tabs on it. It's just not worth it. Just not worth the mess around. So, we still haven't found all these narcotics. We only know 70% of that. That's because we do have a very, very limited supply of narcotics in the facility, which is good. That is a good thing. It's just something we need to bear in mind. What I'm going to do is go over to a concrete wall and place a concrete wall around this, because what I want to do is have a staff door at the back here, and then I'm going to set all of that. You can hear the problems here. Change all that to security, and we're going to make a security room there. It's got a bit of violence going on, and it's Casper Gray who's just been tasered. The introduction of those tasers for these is very, very good. For some reason, these windows aren't working either. I don't know whether I've placed them on the wrong way. Should we dismantle them and find out? Because there's definitely some violence going on in there. And there's Featherstone, who is Gareth Featherstone. Don't know if he's what sort of gang member he is, but there sounds like there's some violence going on in here. Oh no, maybe not. I'll dismantle all of these and then put them in the other way, and hopefully that will fix the problem. There's always been an issue with windows in the game where sometimes it'll show in, sometimes it won't. It really just depends on... I don't know if it's where they're facing, actually. I really don't think it matters at all. I think it's just a case of... Hang on, how is that guy unconscious? Knuckles Gray. Knuckles Gray's been punched in the head. I don't know if this is a case of where the windows are, or whether it's just to do with the randomness of sometimes it just doesn't show through, or what. I guess it's just what sort of mood the game's in. Either way, dismantling those has not fixed it, and that's pretty sad, because I put these windows solely so I can see in and see what the prisoners were up to. Not in like a pervy way, just in case of... just seeing what they were doing, like, you know, stabbing each other or whatever. And, you know, stop the violence, because my guy with a shotgun can lean in, you know, fire a couple of rounds off. Anyway, let's have a quick check at our gangs here. We can see we've got 9... oh my god, it's a full gang. It's a full gang prison now. It's 9 blue gang members, 7 green, and 1 red. So they will eventually want to start taking out this. You can see the amount of soldiers in here. I've got more guards, so I shouldn't really have any problems there. I should now, however, have... If I go to utilities, yes, I do have door servos and stuff. So I do want a... I don't want a door timer. I want... That's pretty good, though, the door timer. Automatically open doors certain times of day. I want a door control system, and I will put it in here. And then I will have door servos, and I will have several door servos. We need to have one... How are we going to do this? There, and there. I still wish the doors would not just slide open like that. I wish there was another way of doing it. But hey-ho. So... we still got some money, but we are losing cash. Not a massive amount of cash, but just some amount of cash. But that's, you know, still an issue. That is powered up over there, which is good. We'll say connections, click on that, and then connect up 1, 2, 3, and then 4. That's really the only one we need to do at the moment. In terms of phone tap, that is connected up into nothing, so we need to connect all those up. I know that's one of the comments from... I think actually more than one episode, several episodes ago perhaps. I just hadn't connected them up. Same as over this side as well. I put a phone tap in, but I just didn't connect them. Sorry. There we go, that should be that. Over in here with security, which you can see now has a officer congregating around it. We'll put the desk in front of it. It's going to be a weird looking one, this, but you know, it is what it is. There we are. That should be that done. Danger level is going right up. So 40 prisoners have serious complaints. 25 staff have serious complaints about the job. So the warmth need is still there and some clothing needs. So that'll be... the clothing need and stuff will be resolved, one would hope. The warmth need we can't resolve because of where it is, but the deterrence being handing out... handing out? The deterrence that are handed out should stop them from rioting, and if they do, then we've got snipers, so to be honest, I don't really care. In terms of staff need, it's always a food need. It's always a food need, and I don't know what to do to fix it. Look, it's removed all of these stack contents. All the stacks, there's just none. And the only way to fix it, as far as I can tell, is just delete food tray, use that there. It costs $1, and then what happens is we spend loads of money on buying them all in, and then it goes over to there. No, there you go. It's actually automatically just stacked them. Just bling, done, magic. Oh well, happy days. Anyway, we do want to put in some bins. It's something I've been wanting to do for quite some time. There we go. And that should do that. Let's have a quick look at our intelligence gangs. Oh, look at all the gangs. What time is it? It's gang time. 8 red, 8 green, 10 blue. Yes. Eventually it will get interesting. I mean, I think it's already interesting, but what I mean by interesting is there's going to be a bit of a meeting. Is it that I do have lieutenants. And I was going to say, there's a lieutenant meeting there, look. See them all? That is a gang meeting. And Featherstone's involved. There's Gareth. So there's the meeting. I don't know what the cook's doing. Oh, God. Oh, right. So the lieutenant has received orders from the boss, and he's then told these guys to do something. It looks like there might be a hit. So I'm going to get my shotgun-toting guy and get him to follow. Because there's going to be a hit on someone, and it might be him. Hang on. Oh, yeah. That guy's going down. Right. I guess we'll get him in there, then. Oh, it's not. He looked out. Are they going to try and take this over? Is that what it is? They're going in. They're muscling in. Yeah, you can see there's enough blue soldiers there to start taking it over. One guard ain't going to do this. Nah, it's not going to do it. They'll end up taking that over. And that means I can't put the flooring in. Oh well, not too bothered. Concrete, well, we have to concrete some of this up because we just haven't. So we might as well go ahead and place it all in. I know there was talk about covering the entire prison in the same amount of tile. Like just doing tile absolutely everywhere. Which, you know, would be an interesting thing to do. I'm putting the solitary doors on either of these, by the way, and then I'll lock them open. So what happens is if this door gets bashed in because of the rioting, I'll just be able to automatically lock this door, the solitary door, and it'll take them ages to get through to the kitchen. And that guy, for some reason, who's on the floor and has been for quite some time, is not getting shifted, and I don't know why. I don't know why. Either way, if we go over to intelligence, they didn't take that over by the look of it. They didn't take it over. I know why. They didn't have time. It was there wasn't enough time for them to do it. That's interesting. Let's go for a shakedown, and we'll have another look around, see what we can find. Obviously, we haven't found any tunnels yet. With these being gangs, they are not that focused on escaping. They are focused on staying in and causing as much damage as possible, because that's just the lifestyle, whatever that's either been thrust upon them or that they've chosen. Either way, there's a tunnel over there, apparently. Even if there is, I'm not going... There, is it? Right, so they've dug all the way that side. Maybe there is some legitimacy to doing that. Like digging all the way across here. You look at that marker and go, well, it's obviously a fake marker. They would never dig that. But imagine they did. You would have some egg on your face if they actually did that. I can't see it ever happening. Let me just lock open these doors. These solitary doors now. Like so. And we'll see what happens. So we've done a little bit of a search. Oh, that ding-a-ling noise was... Oh, that was narcotics, I believe. Find 10 illegal narcotics. I think so. Let's go over to grading then. What have we got? Cell block C. Tool cleanup. We'll go for that. Remove the supplies, stolen tools. Well, you would think I've got that. No, apparently I haven't done it. Okay, so there's probably been more brought in. So I'll do a search another day. So here's people going in here and having a shower. Is this going to get violent? They are rioting and they're shouting about clothing. For the most part, they haven't really gone... There hasn't been riots, and that's obviously because of the amount of snipers that are around. They're all pissed off as well, as you can see. And that's obviously what you want, pissed off snipers. No, not really. Look at all the food. There's so much dirty food lying around, and I don't know why. Is it because of the staff breaks? What if we take this up to, instead of 90 minutes, we take it up to 120 minutes, 2 hours. Instead of an hour and a half, it's 2 hours. Maybe that's the way to go. Maybe it's the way to go. Anyway, close that down. A little bit of money in order to finish off, hopefully, our staff room, because it's currently very, very sparse. It's not got much in at all. We can have an arcade cabinet, which we haven't got. The noisiest thing in the game. You can hear this from miles away. I remember placing it in a previous series, and it was just making bleeps and bloops all over the shop. It just sounded like R2 getting his head kicked in. So we'll place that down. We'll probably put some nice... Do you want to put fancy tiles from here on in? All of this fancy tiles? I think it would be quite good. Fancy tiles all the way around. There we go. So they're going to head in for the eat. There we are. In terms of food prep and such, it looks like it's... Well, there's enough food. Whoa! Paul Pigeon. Seen him before. Dead. The shot just went off. I don't know what it was. Destruction. He started punching the sniper tower, did he? Well, that wasn't going to go well for him. I think he's damaged the toilet and then been shot in the face. Bear in mind, we have had free fire on for quite some time. Why is that unconscious guy is not getting taken to the infirmary? And I'm guessing it's because it is staff only. I thought you could have it staff only, what it meant. No, you can't. That's strange. I thought you could have the infirmary as staff only, and what would happen is that it would have a guy brought to it. They would stay there under guard and then be removed. I thought that's what it did, but apparently that is not the case. Interesting. Anyway, this is still... minimum size 4x4. So I'm going to have to dismantle all of this. You can see the security is not a legitimate security room because of the size of it. So what I'll do is dismantle most of this one. We'll demolish the walls here. And then we'll just have to have it that size. There you go. It's now legitimate, I believe. Yeah, now it's minimum size of 4x4. So we'll put the... we'll see if we can seal off this boiler as much as possible by doing that. Oh dear, oh dear. And then we'll put these in the corner like so. And then we do need a flooring in, which will be metal flooring. Why not? I think we'll metal flooring. We're probably going to do metal flooring throughout the entire cells and such. I think so. I'm trying to look and see where else would we want a... Where else would we want a door? And I think where we need a door is a solitary door in these corners. And what that'll do is allow us to lock it open. And then if it kicks off, we can lock them shut just like this. Just to seal that off. Because that's the only other way into the reception. That means that if they start getting violent in the visitation or around here, we can immediately lock these down. And then there won't be a problem. We say. So we'll get that done. We will lock it open for now. That's what we need to do for now. There we are. And... do we need anything? We don't need any more in the armory. This is someone wandering off because they don't want to be there, apparently. And let's just check our gangs. So, 14 red gang members, 11 green, 12 blue, and... oh, there's something going on here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Can we get someone armed around here as soon as possible, please? Oh, doesn't matter. See, they all took the shirt off and they're all going here. There was several gangs going to this area to take it over. However, time ticked over because of the regime. And they had to come and eat. Is this 6? Yeah, it's 6 to 7. And then they'll have a bit of free time. If you have more than 3 hours of free time, I think they will be able to do that. So maybe what I've done by having... Oh, look, there's another congregation of gang members here. So they're planning. Oh, there's some planning. And they're going to go down. And they're going to go in here. Oh, yeah, that's going to kick off. Look at that. Yes, that's... Yes, that's interesting. Let's go to gangs, and you can see that that is not getting taken over. There's 8 soldiers of each there. And it's not going to kick off. They're just going to stand there, and they're not going to fight just yet. Now it's sleep time, and now they're going to go. Because of the regime, because it's only 2 hours each, it's not kicking off. And it probably won't. Sorry, they won't be able to take anything over. Interesting, interesting. If I artificially mess around with that one and say give them an extra couple of hours there, that would probably make them take it over. Obviously we know that what I'm doing is completely against all sense of all sensibility, essentially. We're doing something totally beyond what we should be doing. It's the opposite of what we should be doing. We should be locking them up more to stop them doing that, but we're not. We're doing it the other way around just to see what would happen, because why not? Why not? We'll see what happens indeed. Right, so I've still done the shakedown. You can see I've done the grant for the tools and weapons cleanup. That was quite easy. There's probably only 1 or 2 weapons floating about the place. So that was quite good. So we got 44 grand, enough to do the flooring, really. So the flooring around here. She's already done on that side. I've already done this side. Just haven't done the centre. That's been done. This has been done. This hasn't been done. And that has been done. There we go. So concrete will go in around here. And storage. And storage can have a different tile. I think metal tile in storage. Metal tile in here. And I actually like the idea of metal tiles in the guard place as well. Just seems to make sense to me. There we go. And in terms of the flooring, I think that's all done. The only thing I haven't done is have a concrete walkway around here. Like this. Which we should have enough money for. I don't think it's a very expensive tile. There we go. That light's been bugging me as well, or bugging people as well, for several episodes. So let's just see what happens. So they come in for their eat time. This is the new regime, and then they have 3 hours of free time. So that should allow them to do a bit of the old ultra-violence and see what happens. So let's see. Once they're finished eat, they then get free time. Yes, there is a congregation around here, look. In fact, they're meeting there and they're meeting there and over there. So there's 3 meetings going on here. Why do I keep going to the deployment, then logistics, then intelligence? I know it's logistics and then gangs. Yeah, there's 3 meetings. And you can see the leaders are out the way. They're never going to put themselves in a position where they can be shown as doing wrong. So there you go. Looks like red is taking this over. They have the majority, but green's there as well. Whoa! Okay. Looks like there was a bit of fighting there between these 2 guys, and immediately stopped by the sniper shot, well, the laser from the sniper, and also a shotgun guy and a taser, and that guy pissed himself. Well, you would, wouldn't you, really? If you just flung 1 punch. And a lot of them got their hands up. So that's not going to be taken over. That's just not going to happen. You know what? I thought gangs would be... Where the hell was that? 1 death. There. Baby Winnie Fatty Poo, apparently. Yeah, I thought gangs were going to be a lot more difficult, but because of how we've done this with the snipers and with all the shotgun guys on free fire constantly, it's a non-issue. Well, it's not a non-issue. It means that this is never going to be reformed ever. But we never set out to do that. 16, 10, and 12. They might be able to take this over. But if I put this down to what we had it before of that, the the gangs will never be able to take anything over. For a start, they don't have the time, and even when they do, the places that they're going to take over, even if they take over, I can easily take back. I can then happily put... Well, I've got guards all the way around the place that stops the majority of it anyway. Looks like there's a meeting going on there. Look, where they're going to go. Down here again. Great. Just when I want CCTV to be inactive. I hate that. I really despise that. That's the one time I wanted it active and they're not on break. They're on break. And there's 3 people, so why on earth would they not do that? Gangs, it's not taking over either. Yeah, they don't have the time to do it. They don't have the time. Interesting. So we've essentially made a gang-proof prison. There's other things that can do, but even if they do take stuff over, we can easily take it back, and there's no shop for them to extort people. Like, they don't have money, or if they do have money, is there anything noted for money? No. Look, there's no money noted. Because we don't have a shop. So that system isn't even in the game. If we had a shop, then there'd be in-game currency that they can then use to trade and barter and things like that. And then if they then control, say, the gym, or this area here where all the gym equipment is, the weight benches, then they might be able to charge people for that. But they don't. They don't have that. So they're going to take over territory for bragging rights and fighting. Look, they're going to go down here to try and take it over. And what's going to happen? Are they just going to stand around? I think so. I think so. The only other thing I could do to not make them boot off, but to make it more eventful, shall we say, is to get rid of 2 of the gang leaders and have just the 1. And then that means that they will be able to, one of them will be able to organise taking over. But all we know is that they'll take it over and then that'll be it. So, yes, this works as a facility, as a extremely high risk facility. This works and does exactly what we wanted it to, which I'm very happy about, to be quite honest with you. I know it's not making money. In fact, it's almost not making profit, but it's almost to a point now where it may be breaking even. Don't think we'll entirely get there, but making a loss, remember, making a profit is not what prison is really about. Well, it depends on what country you're in, but that's a whole more serious subject, and beyond the scope of this video, quite honestly. Either way, yeah, this facility works. For the little bit of expenditure, we are holding all of these very high-risk gang members here and things like that, and holding them quite securely. I mean, we got the old guy shot in the head now and again by a sniper, but, you know, it's kind of everything. Either way, there you go. That is the facility. Don't know if you would like to see this continue. I don't know what the continue state would be. It would have to be... I think what we'd do... I haven't put the guard towers on the outside. I'm aware of that. But that's the only thing we haven't built. All the flooring's put in. All of the places are built. Everything's done. Is that actually designated as solitary? No, it isn't. Hang on. There you go. Now it's done. Yes, in terms of completeness, it's pretty much there. It works. It functions exactly what we intended to do. This guard tower stuff, the sniper tower, I love. Absolutely love it. Love the concept. Really glad the execution has worked, essentially. But yeah, either way, if we were to expand, I don't know what we would do. It would have to be expanding over to one of the sides, and then that would be putting in more prisoner capacity, death row, things like that. But it would just be a bit of a clone of this, and we'd have to massively change some of the walkways here. We'd get rid of all of this security. We'd have it extended to the left, increase the size of it. We could do it, but I don't know whether we want to do it. Either way, I will leave it up to yourselves. I'm leaning towards leaving this as a complete sealed unit, job done. But let me know what you like, and we will go from there. But hope you enjoyed the video, and possibly this is the last episode of the series, or maybe the series, in fact. But there you go. As always, thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.